What up, YouTube? Asian Persuasion here at the NAWCQ from North America. We're here with Gavin, we're here with our boy Slim, and we're here with a top duelist. What'd you do today, and what'd you play, bro?
My name is Ivan. I go by 3Stackz. I got a 31st place at the Nationals. I played a deck that it's homemade. There are so many decks I want to play, so I figured why not just play all of them. So it's a 60 card mashup. 60 good cards though. This deck really overperformed for me. I didn't anticipate for it to be this good. I didn't think I could play through 3 hand traps. I didn't think I could break 4 negate boards. I did not think that was a possibility until it happened. But it's a really, really potent deck. I think you guys should try it out. I felt very confident. I felt like I had the best deck in the room because the board is so solidified and impermeable. It never got broken once. I got spear moded and super poly and still had 3 negates. Like, this deck is really, really bonkers. And it has a surprise factor that no one would anticipate. But yeah, I would like to get into the main deck, and then we'll show the extra inside, etc.
All right, what's this deck exactly? A 60 card mashup of all your decks? What would you call it?
60 card gas.
60 card
60 card gas. It's gas, bro. It's all gas.
Let's get into this gas.
All right, so I played 2 of my anger translator, 2 Zefra. There's certain things you can't say, but he can say anything he wants. Nobody can do anything to him. And then 2 Zefra Neos. This is the lifeblood of your deck. I'd say he's the most important monster to summon. Well, it goes Dark Worm and then him and then Harmonizing, but he's definitely the second most important. Like, he's really, really potent. Getting the counter trap is imperative, but oftentimes it's filtering. It's filtering, getting access to more of your engine. It's really, really, really powerful. He searches anything Zefra related. And then Thubin. Thubin is a spell speed 1 Dryden in simplistic terms. That's what he is, a spell speed 1 Dryden. He pops face ups. If that's not good, I don't know what is, because that's a normal summon. That's a normal summon that could just out problematic cards. Bait, you chain block with it because it's on summon, so you can mass summon it amongst other monsters. And if you really wanted to pop that, for example, that whole Harbinger, you just put it as chain link 1 and,
oh my god,
certain scenarios. He's really, really strong. But I only played 5 Zefras. This used to be a 60 card Zefras. When I took it to Nationals last year, it was pure Zefras. And then we played 3 Harmonizing Magicians. I also played 3 Purple Poisons. In my opinion, Purple Poison is the best magician. I know some differ and they say that it's not good. Like, all those, like, everybody, like, sucks on Trift's dick so hard, bro. I promise you, like, whatever he says, they just take it. If he says play 1, everybody's gonna play 1, but I disagree. I think that this card needs to be in your main deck at a certain amount that's higher than 1. You don't have a main deck out to anti-spell, so you go game 1, they open anti-spell, you lost. Imperial Order, you lost. There can only be 1, you probably lost. Because you play a lot of spellcasters. There's so many floodgates, and then there's certain barriers that he shatters that other decks cannot. Like, when you want to crash him into a gigantic monster, like, let's just say, for example, there's an Odd-Eyes Vortex Dragon that's in attack position. He will take that target down regardless of whether Vortex negates him or not. That's what I like him. He's always going to take his target down. He's like a sniper rifle that never misses. He's really good. And then we have 3 copies of Service. I know most Pendulum players have cut this. I do not understand the reason why. People are like, oh, if they ash it, you lose. I disagree. I've never lost in this, guys. In fact, when they ashed it, I was really, really grateful for that because I knew every other play could not be ashed. It's very easy to clear this from your own scale. In addition to that, I play Zefras. This is not Magicians, so you do not need a Pendulum Summon level 4 to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And then we have 2 copies of Jackal King. I think that 2 is a better ratio for me personally. I do not like drawing 1 and needing to summon 1 from deck off of Servant. And also having double Jackal King on your field is nuts. Like, there are certain games where I'd do the Guard Dragon combo before I even Pendulum Summon.
Oh my gosh.
Like, it was nuts. And I would literally have 2 Jackal Kings, I would make the Electromite, I would have a Dark Worm, and I'd have any monster that I normal summon, and I'd do my Guard Dragon combo with these just chilling. Like, you have to have impermanence, you have to. And if you have impermanence, I have Orcust, so it's not over. So this is really, really, really strong. And I also played Garuda. This card's high-key underrated. It's not just because it clears back rows, which is really strong against Sky Strikers, Sound Migrates, Orcust, against Pendulums. You'd be surprised. Some Pendulums actually do set up back rows. But it's the thing that I use it the most for. It was in a Pendulum Mirror match where I used this to return his entire Pendulum Summon to his hand.
Oh my gosh.
That game, I only used 1 card. I used one interruption. None of my negates. I used the Heretic Seal. Then he mass summoned from his hand. I let him commit his scales because I knew exactly what was going on. And I had this, so I wanted him to Pendulum Summon just so I can resolve this, so I wouldn't have to waste any negate. And it just bounced his entire Pendulum Summon. Like, people underestimate that, like bouncing Colossuses. You'd be surprised what this thing can do, especially in Guard Dragon combos where you just bounce one of the Link Guard Dragons and they're left with that. That's a very awkward situation because now they need an extender that is specifically a dragon to keep going. So this card is underestimated. The Mythical Beasts are good. There's nothing bad about them. Like, especially Service. Service is literally a turbo card. He's a problem. He can deal with problems. He can banish cards. He can beat over things. He's gigantic. I played Dracos. I had spell counters on him. They couldn't out him. He's just sitting there. He couldn't be destroyed by card effect. He's a powerful card.
I like it.
We have a 3 Servant. This card is so versatile. It's a starter card. It's an extender. It's a follow-up. It's literally a call by the grave. This card, it falls in so many categories because of how generically applicable it is in almost every scenario. So I enjoy this card thoroughly.
This card is insane.
It's really insane. And it's a looming threat. I like to scale this at the end of all my combos. So if I happen to be playing strikers while they're trying to break my board, I'm just like, I'm getting them counters, bro. I'm about to summon this on you.
Did anyone ever ash you this weekend and then you use it again?
Somebody ashed this, but I had Jackal King. And another time somebody tried to ogre it, but I had Time Gazer on the field.
Oh my god.
So like nobody really was able to stop it. But there's certain times when I would let it be stopped because I was like, okay, that way now I know if they have ogre for the Electrum, I could stop the Electrum. So certain times I'll just let them stop it because I know it's not imperative.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then I played 3 Chronos. Time Gazer was better than Chrono, honestly. Like I stopped Ogre on Servant. I stopped Ogre on Cerebus. I stopped Heavy Storm Duster and Twin Twisters. This card is really, really nice. Like he is not a brick. Not what people think. He has an effect. He's not a brick. He has a good effect. And then we have 2 Dank Worms and 1 Gate Zero and 1 Sloth. So another cool thing with my deck, the way they combos off in the boards, when I say it's impermeable, it's not an exaggeration. So you know, Danger Thunder, they'll summon they'll summon their Morphage and they'll protect it with Harbinger, so you can't attack over it. I have a Dingaritsu that says it has to be destroyed 3 times before you get over it. But I have 6 negates, so I'm just letting you know, if you want to go into your extra deck, you need to play through 6 negates and you need to kill this 3 times. So good luck with that. Yeah, I don't know how you're gonna use 6 of your 6 cards to get negated and then kill that 3 times. Just so you could go on your extra deck to try to break my board and OTK. You have to do all of that.
There's one out to that board. Exodia,
all 5. All 5.
Hard draw. It's a hard draw. There's one out.
There's only one way. That's the only way.
Just know that. I was like, there's one out in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Literally, bro, that's the only way. Because Spear Mode Super Poly is not cutting it, fam. I was like thinking if he had Spear Mode Super Poly, if he had the reboot, it still wouldn't matter because I had 2 counter traps. I was like, this is nice, bro. And I played one of each of the Orcust. I played the Strudo because he's a great extender. Just keep in mind, whenever I go into game 2 or 3, if I see 10 minutes or less on the clock, I am not resolving this card because people will take advantage of you having less life points, and they'll kind of just take their time with everything. It's slow playing, but honestly, they take their sweet time with everything. So you just gotta be careful with that. And then the spells are all gas. There's only one bad spell. Every spell is good.
All right, let's get it.
3 Oracle. This card's nuts. People forget that you can actually use this. This can search any monster in the game. Why? Because it stacks the monster on top of your deck. Electromite draws cards.
Oh my god,
oh my
that's
gosh.
a combo.
Yeah, I literally searched Phantasme off of this card. It's nuts. When I was playing hand traps last year, that's what I would do. I would just start a Charge Warrior, grab my Ash Blossom. Sometimes you search Max T when it was legal. This card is really, really nice. Like, don't sleep on it. Like, chain blocking, it's so good. And then I played 3 Providence. It adds any Zefra card, and it's Return of the Dragon Lords in the grave. 3 Spell Power Mastery. It's all gas, bro. 3 Pendulum Calls. We have 3 Dragon Shrines. All gas, bro. And then 2 Duelist Alliance, 2 Optimus Prime, aka Terraforming. One of the most flexible spells in this deck. It could be. This is actually an Electrum Turbo card too, because I play Dragon's Ravine. So it just adds to an emphasis to the already immense amount of turbo cards that I have. But also it can be your Zefra. This could be Babel, so that way when you do your Orcust combo, you set Crescendo and use this to get Babel, and you have the best of both worlds.
Yeah, you can do all combos.
It's nuts. I do play not 3 Allures, but 2 Allures. I cut it down from 3 to 2, but this is really nice too. It just helps. Filtering when you're playing against Thunder, you just need a draw because you can't search. It's really potent. I like it. I enjoy it. I don't think any of my spells are bad. In fact, they're insane.
Yeah, these are all good cards.
They're really good cards. Foolish is nuts. I play Orcust, so it's not just for Dark Worm. It's not just for Strudo. It's very versatile, multi-purpose. 1 set rotation because I play 3 field spells in my main deck. Oracle, Ravine, and then this. This card's nice. This is the only bad spell. You draw this, it's okay, but you just have to have a playable hand already. Which is cool because actually off of 1 Providence and 1 Servant, you can actually get Divine Strike, the Heretic Seal, and Ade's Vortex off of just those 2 cards. So you have 3 brick cards and you have those, you put up 3 interruptions. And I was doing that all day. And I played 2 counter traps. They both negate anything.
Both negate, baby. You know what I noticed about your spells?
What?
Your only bad spell is the only one that can't be ashed.
Oh
my god! Did you notice that?
That's the good.
Did you notice that?
Yes.
I can literally just ash everything except for Babel.
It's all Ash Bay, bro.
Oh my god, his spells are all gas. I don't think you noticed that until now I said that.
It is all gas.
That's all ash.
No, sincerely, I was eating hand traps. Like yesterday, my Electromite got ogred. My Zefra Neo, I was like, Zefra Neo, Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2, Harmonizing. He was like, Ash on Harmonizing, Chain Veiler. I was like, oh, you nice. You got 3 hand traps. Orcust.
And then
he scooped. He was like, nah.
That was
he was upset, bro. I was like, I'm sorry.
That main deck has got 60 cards, baby.
Yes, bro. I won every Pendulum. I played 2 Pendulum mirror matches yesterday, and I did not win the dice roll. I never saw a side deck card.
Dang.
Bro, I shattered 3 negate boards, played through the seal, and it was purple poison every time.
That card's MVP, baby.
That card is nuts, bro. They really sleep on him. You have to play 3. In any Pendulum deck that plays Dark Spellcasters. We have the GOAT. We have Heretic. I enjoy this card thoroughly, but I do think that there should have been a restriction to where he just belonged in his own archetype.
Yeah.
Like I like it, it's a good card, but I just think sometimes you just gotta be careful, Konami. Stop making it so generic. And then we've got Agripane, LP, Triple Burst, Boral Sword, and then for the Orcust, I played 2 of the Grim Reaper. I think that she's clinically insane, and I love that she's crazy. And then I play Orcustrion, not Longoritsu. I actually think that he's better in so many scenarios. If you want to send a linked monster to the field, you have Dingritsu, and you can summon it on your opponent's turn off Babel. There's no counter argument. They're like, oh, well, Longoritsu can't be destroyed by card effects. This card literally protects your whole board from Twin Twisters, Afterburners, Pankratops. There is no counter argument that could thoroughly even like explain why Longoritsu is better than Orcustrion, because I have a card that literally does exactly what Longoritsu does, but even better.
Yeah.
I enjoy this. It's a skill drain. It's a skill drain, and it's forever. They're like, somebody really tried. They're like, oh, well, I just tanked the link arrows, and so these monsters are no longer linked. They didn't realize this is forever.
Yeah,
those monsters are just, they're materials. You have to use them for something, but they don't do anything anymore. Like, bro. Sincerely, this card is actually bonkers, and it has the same protection as Colossus when it's linked, meaning it points to something or something points to it. And I love doing this. You make this there.
Broken.
It can be destroyed by battle card effects, and this protect. Like, you have to have like an anchor, something that banishes. If your only spot removal is destruction, you cannot.
Yeah,
you just cannot.
That's
like, it's really good. And then Ding Ding, its main purpose is just to protect Sloth from being destroyed 3 times.
Yeah.
And it's insane going second. It really is. High key, underestimated. And this is also the new age Graph Seer. Like, people don't understand. I was in a duel where I survived 4 extra turns because I was summoning this off Babel, reattaching Skeleton, they'd kill it. I'd use Skeleton, summon it, reattach Skeleton. I was Dante Suring them.
Yeah.
Literally, like, and I was like, dude, I didn't even think of it. I was like, wow, I've only lasted this long because of Ding Ding.
Ding Ding is coming
Ding Ding
back.
And Skeleton, yes.
Ding Ding is coming
And this
back.
is for the Orcust. Phoenix, I think, is better than Cerberus in more scenarios. I blind Dweller whenever I don't know what I'm playing.
Yeah.
Vortex and Borlo Savage Dragon. I was going to play Shooting Rysar. I used to play that in my list. Because what I would do is I'd make Rysar, I'd send a level 6 to make him a level 1. So when I resolve Vortex, I would convert the Shooting Rysar and the Vortex into either this or Cypher Mode Omega. I preferred Omega against Sky Strikers because they normally hold their engages for last. So you want to snipe it. But it just didn't make the cut. I think going forward, if I wanted to cut something, I would, and I'd put in Shooting Rysar because that card is really nice. And it starts the Guard Dragon combo too. I played 3 Phantasmes, so all my staples for specific matchups, I played all of them at 2. And because I could not afford to play 3 of all of them, I decided to just play 3 Phantasmes and the Allures, which helps me to dig thoroughly into my deck. So these kind of just, you can already understand like what these are specifically for. I valued the Electric Virus a little more than Spear Mode against the Dangerous Thunder matchup. If they have Crystal Wing, it's understandable, but if they don't, you kind of just punish them for it. It's really good against Orcas. It's really good against Sky Strikers. People be surprised. When you take their link away and Ray is denied her ability to come back from the grave, that can be the tide. Like, that can change literally, like, it could change the game state. You got Dinkles and Twins and Reboots. And really, I think the spiciest card in my side deck was actually Zombie World.
Oh, baby.
There was 2 different games where I could not be spear moded. Both of them tried to attempt, and I had to read this card to them because they didn't understand they cannot tribute summon and spear mode to tribute summon. So I had a 6 negate board that actually could not be broken.
That's insane.
They literally, there was nothing. You can't even do anything to this because if you try, I'm just going to protect it with Dingritsu. I'm not even going to use any negates on it. There's literally no possible way to break the board. You can super poly twice and still won't be enough. So I just felt really comfortable. My board never was successfully broken. Even when I got hand trapped 2 or 3 times, they still couldn't break the board. So I really enjoyed this card. It stops Guard Dragons. You can't make free Colossuses. It's really good in a lot of matchups. It's like a floodgate that protects your boards. Yes. So it's really good. Like, it's... And I feel that when you're playing combo decks like this, like for me, I'm like, why doesn't Danger Thunder play this? Why don't Pins play this? I don't know. But this was an idea that I just came up with last minute because I was literally trying to figure out how the heck do I stop Spear Mode? Spear Mode's the only way to break my board. How do I stop it? And I was just thinking, and I'm just like looking through my cards, and I was like, bro, what the heck? I feel like high-key, like literally Dr. Frankenstein right now. I just discovered this and found a way to stop Spear Mode.
Yeah, there you go,
bro.
Boom.
And then this is for time. It's really nice.
The cheese wins. You need it sometimes. People
Yeah, bro. You have. It's all gas, so they don't even be able to hand trap this when you summon it, because they will have hand trapped every other card that got you to this point.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I like it. All right, man. Plugs now. Shout outs, baby.
Shout outs to my whole team. Shout outs to my fam. Man, honestly, shout out to my subscribers too, because they're really nice, bro. I appreciate them. Yeah, I got them Rogue Warriors on my side, bro. I'm telling you, Rogue Gladiators. And you guys definitely check out my channel, bro. You know, I specialize in deck profiles. I might not have the sub count that certain people have, but I think it has nothing to do with my quality or my production. It has everything to do with word of mouth.
Yes,
it's kind of like networking, you know, networking and marketing. People just have to hear about you, and then one person says it says to another. Before you know it, all these people know about me. But yeah, definitely check it out. Team Kings of Games. It's pronounced just like that. Team Kings of Game. You'll find it. You'll find me. God bless you guys. Make good choices. Don't hurt your brain cells. Don't do drugs, and don't join a gang. Stay positive, you guys. It's just a game, so we don't have to beef over Yu-Gi-Oh. It's just a game, you guys. And y'all have a beautiful day.
Hey, man. Congratulations, man, and thanks for that.
Thank you, bro.